Hi guys, I'm Nignarf and today's chapter is about Forossa and Eleum Loyce. Again, it's all about possible locations and how knowing this can affect the lore of Dark Souls. So let's jump right into it. The Ivory King Ultra Great Sword says, it is said that the Ivory King was once the highest ranking knight in his home of Forossa, famed for its god of war. This was interesting for me because Forossa went through all the trouble of telling us that he was from Forossa instead of saying something like, no one knows anything about him. So obviously they're giving us another piece of the puzzle so we can start to put stuff together. Eleum Loyce was built to seal the chaos, or as we know it, the old chaos. In Dark Souls 1, the bed of chaos is deep within Lost Isolate, and this is all below Lordran. I don't know if you've noticed, but the architecture of Eleum Loyce looks a lot like Lordran, the high curved walls and the inner smaller curved walls dividing the lower town. And we know that in Dark Souls 1, Gwyn tried to contain the spread of the demons created by the Chaos Flame, but he couldn't. So, at first, I wondered why there's a covetous demon in the area deep down inside a cave of ice. But then I realized this fits perfectly, because that's a demon who got caught in the ice when, according to the Soul Flash description, Eleum Loyce froze over. So this demon has been stuck in here ever since. Another clue pointing at the link between Eleum Loyce, Lordran and the Bed of Chaos is the unused dialogue of the Chaos Witch Quelag from Dark Souls 1. I'm not sure if this audio file is authentic, but it's worth to give it the benefit of doubt.
Go back, forbidden be these parts. The realm of the creatures of chaos. They accept their banished fate. Go back.
And the dialogue of Alsana in Eleum Loyce.
Turn back. The old chaos hungers still. This dead city has nothing to offer.
I mean, this is just crazy, they're almost saying the same words. Also, the Crown of the Ivory King says, far to the north, a king built a great cathedral to appease the raging flame. Again, far to the north. But Forossa said the same about Lordran and Drunleague. So how do we know how far to the north Eleum Loyce really is? The landscape full of snow in front of the city is a very important clue to know how far to the north it is. Because Emerald Hell says Drunleague is
Far to the north.
but I don't see a lot of snow in Drunleague. Anywhere. At all. I'm very inclined to see Eleum Loyce as a city that was built from the remains of Lordran. Now, back to the Ivory King Ultra Great Sword description. After taking his crown, they say he was the first to swing his sword in times of need, be it for his homeland or his people. So he was defending two fronts, his homeland Forossa and his kingdom Eleum Loyce, and this made me wonder if these two places could be kind of close to each other. According to the Foram Helm description, the mighty Lion Knights were worshippers of a war god Foram, and so far in Dark Souls world, there's only one god of war, and that is the firstborn of Wind, who was erased from history, so nobody remembers his name.
When I was born, we were already mired in prolonged conflict with our neighbours.
Alsana says that the Ivory King built Eleum Loyce to contain the old chaos, and for me this means he left Forossa after taking his crown and went directly to where the old chaos was located, only to try and contain it. So this could be a very good clue of who were the neighbors of Forossa, since we know that the Ivory King was defending his homeland and his kingdom. And there are other clues that I think are trying to show us where is Forossa, like the Black Firebomb in Dark Souls 2, saying, a powerful explosive developed in the fallen kingdom of Forossa. Why would Forossa say that about an item that is so common? I can only think they're trying to let us know that there's a link between Dark Souls 1 Black Firebombs and Dark Souls 2 Black Firebombs. But alas, the description of this item in Dark Souls 1 says nothing specific. We know there were soldiers from other kingdoms in Lordran, like the Baldur soldiers, and also the Knights Bernic. So maybe one of these kingdoms became Forossa with the pass of time? Maybe. Maybe not. In the Dark Souls 2 trailer we can see a Forossa knight fighting a dragon, and according to the Dragon Slayer Crescent Axe, some say that Lothian grew tired of the frailty of human foes, and set off to slay the legendary dragon. Now in the trailer the dragon is Calamite, the Black Dragon, and it's easy to know that because Calamite is the only dragon with a third eye, like, you know, in its forehead. And also he was the only dragon alive in Lordran in Dark Souls 1. This fact is supported by the Black Dragon helm in Dark Souls 2. The Black Dragon was long considered a mere legend, but this helm proved its existence, and for those of you who have never noticed, here you go, the three eyes of Calamite. All of this could lead to say that Forossa is in the northern continent, where Lordran is.
I was born in Forossa, a land in the distant east.
So he's in the distant east. He makes it sound like Forossa is really far from where he is. Also, the majestic greatsword in Dark Souls 2 says, "This sword was passed down through generations until it reached Gording, Wanderer Knight of Forossa, and was lost upon his death." We know this is the Abyss greatsword of Artorias, and this sword was made by us in Dark Souls 1 using Artorias' soul. So, it's very likely that our character was linked to the family of this Knight of Forossa, since he got the sword as an heirloom, and that is also telling us that Forossa is very likely to be close to Lordran. An interesting insight of what happened in Eleum Loyce is that the Ivory King was consumed by the flames, but he didn't die. Instead, he became one of the Chaos Flame Servants, and this reminds me a lot of what happened to Artorias. They've both had pets, and even a close female character who feels devotion or even love to him, like Kiran was to Artorias. So these are very specific details that could support the idea that Forossa is close to Lordran, because Eleum Loyce was built from the remains of Lordran to contain the old chaos, and since the king of Eleum Loyce was from Forossa, then he built Eleum Loyce to protect both his homeland and his people in the new kingdom of Eleum Loyce. And if you guys are still not convinced, then check this out. The Spiked Bandit Helm in Dark Souls 2 says, "Helmet of Bandits of the Forossan outskirts. The territory of Forossa became lawless after the kingdom fell to war. Citizens became bandits and scattered to other lands." So I believe right now this doesn't sound familiar to you, but you've probably visited the most hated area in Dark Souls 2, the Frigid Outskirts. Now if you still think it's a coincidence, then why you can summon Vanguard's head? And even more, why is this area full of red NPC phantoms wearing the farm set? I mean, this is so specific that I just feel like it's too easy to understand that Eleum Loyce is in the Forossan territory. Therefore, it's very likely that Lordran and its old chaos became part of Forossa at some point. So this could prove even more that the neighbors of Forossa were the demons coming out of the Chaos Flame. And this is awesome, cause maybe you don't realize that right now, but the King of Giants drops the Ring of Giants, which is the Ring of Lothian, the Knight of Forossa. And if we accept that Lordran became part of the Forossa's territory, according to the clues, that means the giants came now for sure from Lordran, since Lordran is within Forossa's territory. And this led me to another more important question. The Ivory King armor says, "The Ivory King placed his throne upon the very mouth of chaos." But where is his throne? So yeah, that's all for this chapter. Thanks for watching and feel free to comment below what you think about my theories. If I missed something or if I'm speculating too much, that'd be cool. Okay, see you guys in the next chapter.